Marty Lurie here on KBR 6A with Kyle Blanks. Nice to have you here. Healthy? That's always the question. I know when people ask you that question, you bring out a dossier on your medical history.
Yeah, definitely feeling pretty good, and ultimately just every day trying to feel as good as I can and just come out on the field and leave it out there.
Last year was a short year for you. Tell us at least what happened last year, and we know you're healthier this year.
Last year in spring training started off slow, recovering from something I had done the previous off season, and got to a point where I was feeling pretty good, and then kind of ran into some more trouble with my feet, and got it taken care of. Definitely have a lot of good people here with a lot of good help, and definitely feeling a lot better.
Yeah, Kyle Blanks with us. I never like to hear the word Achilles when it involves an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, ultimately, anytime I had an MRI, anything, they said it looked fine. So that's, and, for me, it's kind of like, it hurts so bad, I couldn't imagine actually having a real issue with it. So I'm really, really very thankful in that regard that I am not really too much dealing with something directly like the Achilles, but it's still just something I have to be very aware of and take my proper time and prepare for the game.
All right, well, preparation is the key no matter what you do, and medically as well. Kyle Blanks with us. Spring training, how did you end up with the Giants? How did this all come about?
Just given my medical book, it was just looked like the best opportunity, given that they were very sensitive to that information and very willing to give me the opportunity and really preach that they have the right people in the right places to be able to keep me on the field, and that's for me is by far the biggest issue. And a good season is when you get through the entire thing, and that's ultimately my goal.
All right, nice to have Kyle Blanks with us. How is spring going for you? You've hit a couple of home runs already. No doubters, as they said. I was sitting in the stands when you came up and they said, all right, he gets his pitch where he wants it, it's going out, next pitch it went out. So how you doing spring training here?
Doing well. Just like I said, my focus is really just staying on the field. So getting here early, making sure I'm good and loose before I go out, and like I said, just leave it all out there.
All right. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. Where did you grow up? What kind of baseball fan were you? And you're a big guy. Other sports in your background as well?
Born in Pennsylvania. Grew up most of my life in Moriarty, New Mexico. Just a few years of basketball in high school, but other than that, just all baseball.
Really? Come on, the football, with you and Samardzija, I told Bochy if it's 3rd and 8, put Blanks in and have Samardzija go over the middle.
I got enough trouble staying in one piece without someone hitting me, so I feel like this was definitely the better decision for me.
All right, Kyle, tell us a little bit about your philosophy as a hitter, because in the big leagues today, they love a guy who can take it out. Look at you and look at the ability and batting average and what you've done in your career. You've always been able to make something happen when you're on the field. What's your philosophy?
Honestly, there's really nothing crazy. I mean, I want to take the best swing I can take every time, and at that point, it really doesn't matter what the count is, it doesn't matter what pitch is thrown. I mean, I've hit every type of pitch out. It's the same thing I would tell any hitter. Have you hit a fastball out? Have you hit a changeup, a breaking ball? And typically for everybody, the answer is yes. And the best way to do that is to take your A swing. Ultimately, that's my goal every time. If I can take, out of 4 bats, if I can take 6 or 8 A swings a day, typically some good things are going to happen because I'm going to be ready to take that swing and see a pitch that I want and be able to drive it.
Wow, I like it. That's why we asked you questions. Very good. I like it. It's good philosophy. Are you a video guy in preparation for games? Do you look at a lot of pictures and see what they throw? Do you read the scouting reports?
I like to see the scouting report. I like to see what they throw and kind of the variance in speed, but there's only so much you can see from a video, and honestly, it's not like you're looking from behind. It's not like you're looking from a point of view that is going to give you exactly what it looks like. So, ultimately, there's a lot of information to be gathered, and paying attention. Obviously, when you're in the dugout, on deck, and obviously in the box. But in this, you know, in the years coming up to now, I mean, the influx of information has just been incredible, and I feel like if you don't find the sect of information you're looking for, you can just get really bogged down with a lot of extra stuff. And I mean, I think like ultimately, I'm more worried about what I'm doing than what he's doing, because I feel if I'm doing everything right for me, it doesn't really matter what he's doing. So you know, I'm more worried about, you know, why something happened than what actually happened. The result, you know, if you're too results oriented, you're going to be disappointed a lot because this is that type of game. And you know, when you're more worried about fixing a problem than, you know, the actual outcome of it, it's definitely going to work out better for you. You're going to have a lot more nights where you get some sleep.
Wow, I like it. Very good. You know, I never know what people can say about hitting. How did you come to that? Did you read books on it? Did you have hitting coaches, or how did you come to this? Because it is a good approach.
No books. I can't read too good, so definitely haven't read any books on it. You know, just a lot of good hitting coaches over the years, you know, that all have that same kind of makeup that, you know, ultimately if you get your swing right, it really doesn't matter what's thrown. And, you know, over the last few years, just focusing on, you know, when your swing is good, what's right about it, and when you're able to differentiate between a truly good swing of yours, you know, it's something you're going to feel, and that's where, you know, I'm a lot more concerned about the feel than, you know, like I said, the result. So if it feels good and I pop out, it is what it is, because like I said, it's just that type of game. But you know, more often than not, the better you feel, the better you're going to do. And you know, that's why I said it's just focusing on me and what I can do best, and ultimately if I'm ready to hit, should be a good day.
Oh, very good. I'm enjoying this. All right, defense. Let's go to defense a little bit. Where do you like to play? The Giants said maybe outfield, first base. You've had that in your background. Where are you at this stage of your career?
Wherever my feet will allow me to go. Obviously, having the most utility you can is going to serve you the best, and that's pretty much what I'm looking for.
For you, did you get drafted out of high school or college, or how did you get into the pros?
I was drafted in 2004 out of high school, and I went to junior college for a year as a draft Apollo, and I signed just before the 2005 draft.
Okay, and that was Padres.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, you've been in Arizona before.
Exactly. Definitely. It's I think overall it's just a nice time of year where you really don't have to worry about waking up and fighting the cold, fighting the weather. It eliminates a lot of those things that you really don't want to worry about when you're trying to get all your ducks in a row. But yeah, I mean, I love it out here. I live out here, and it's definitely a nice place to be.
Well, I'm enjoying having you on. One last thought for you. What do you do in your spare time so people get to know you a little bit?
You know, I've had quite a bit of time with my feet up, just because I have to make sure I can make it in the next day. So definitely enjoy some TV, just listen to music, driving around, just a lot of easy on the body activities, just so I have the most in the tank for the next day.
All right, what a pleasure. That's Kyle Blanks, fans. And you come out here, you're going to see. Now I know, watch the dish, watch that swing, and it doesn't matter what they throw, as long as the swing is good, you're going to be able to deal with it. I like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's only going to serve you to be as ready as you can every pitch, and you know, the more ready you are, the more ready you are.
Beautiful. Kyle, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Kyle Blanks. Very good. We learned something today. More coming up on KBR 680, the Sports Leader.